Hi everyone, it's Nat. Welcome. If you're new here, welcome back. If you're returning, we're going to do another TarotTube hashtag today. I've done some different videos in the past couple of weeks, and so I thought I'd return to this. And I've been watching a lot of these, and it is really fun. So today I'm going to do a VR to Show Us Your Backs by Winds of Reflection. And with that, let's get started. All right, so the first prompt for Show Us Your Backs by Winds of Reflection is, which deck back is the most gorgeous in your collection? And lots of decks could fit into this, but I set out 10 different deck backs and then I slotted them to fill the prompts. So this is one of the last ones. If you know me at all, you know that this deck and I are currently fighting. It is the Witch's Wisdom. And I love these deck backs. I think they're gorgeous. I think this is a beautiful deck. And I won't go into it a whole lot, but I was studying this with Lisa's channel and I gave up. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use this deck for. I did what I had started doing was reading the guidebook, and my problem with this deck isn't the deck. It isn't the artwork. It isn't how it's depicted. It is the guidebook and how woo-woo it is and all the quote-unquote channeling that went into it. And I really feel like it just isn't based in reality. So what I've been doing is going through and writing what I get out of the guidebook and putting it on the card. But it's been a struggle for me. So I'm going to put this deck back in the box. It wasn't a bag on my tarot cart, but it's going to go back on the shelf for a while, and I'll come back to it another day. But the art on this deck is beautiful. The backs are gorgeous. They're this deep blue with this heart petal flower and the star and the vines. They are so gorgeous. But I am going to go ahead and put this deck away. It's going to go back on my shelf for a while. And maybe when I don't have so many new fun decks to play with, I will want to continue the work that I started when Lisa's channel did a deep dive. So that was prompt number 1. Which deck back is the most gorgeous? All right. For prompt number 2, it is, which one would you turn into a wallpaper or fabric? And I purposely went for the matte black version of the Slavic Legends. I know they have one with gold and gilding, but I really loved this matte blue with the black edges. For me, that was definitely one of the selling features of this deck. The backs are so beautiful, and I would definitely turn this into wallpaper or fabric. Having this as a tote bag or something would be beautiful. And also the artwork on the front of the cards is gorgeous as well. And this is a deck that I really want to work with, but haven't gotten a chance to yet. So this was deck prompt number 2. What one would you turn into wallpaper or fabric? Prompt number 3 is, which back feels the most magical or mysterious? And I went with the Nocturnal Garden Lenormand. I have not featured this deck on my channel yet, mostly because I haven't started reading Lenormand. Why do I have a Lenormand deck? Well, because Ethany. Ethany went through her Lenormand decks and showed this deck. And I found it in Tarot Arts. And I'm not sure, but I believe it's going out of print. And they only had one copy left when I got mine. So I saw it in person. I touched the demo deck. I looked through it and I couldn't get it out of my mind. So I went back online and I bought it. And so I have a Lenormand deck when I'm ready for Lenormand, I guess. But this deck, I love the backs of these with these moths or butterflies and the stars. I just think they're so cute and subtle. And the art on this is just really gorgeous. The clouds inside the crystal ball, the snake in the Ouroboros, the bouquet of flowers. It's just really an interesting take. And I really love this kind of Scandinavian style of art. It is so beautiful. Baba Yaga is the tower. Baba Yaga's house is the tower, I should say. So this was, which back feels the most magical or mysterious? Prompt number 4 is, what deck back would you print on a journal or tote bag? So I love the Wild Reflections. I like this kind of seed of life design with the stars and the evergreen pine trees here. I think it's a beautiful deck back. The cards are really beautiful. I haven't used this deck yet, but what I have done is gone through and chosen my favorite and least favorite card out of these, and I think they're on the bottom. So my least favorite card was the Emperor. As a white person, this felt a little appropriative for me. And then my favorite was the Queen of Wands. And I really love this card, the cows following her. So anyway, these are the deck backs I would turn into a journal or tote bag. I just really love the mountain aesthetic and everything like that. prompt number 5, what deck gives you instant calm just by looking at it? And this is the Tarot of Trees by Dana O'Driscoll. And I like how this is pretty. Anyway, I love the duality of these reversible cards. I think they are so stunning. And I think for a tree deck that features mostly trees, it does a really, really nice job of sticking to the Rider-Waite symbolism. And I really like the colors. I love the design. I thought the artist did a really good job with this, considering, especially in cards with movement, depicting trees, which are normally quite still, as moving. It's just a really beautiful deck. So this was which deck gives you instant calm just by looking at it? And that was the Tarot of Trees by Dana O'Driscoll. All right, prompt number 6, which back looks like it could be a portal to another world? And I'm going with the Tarot for the Great Outdoors by Skip Stone. And it's by J.Q. Gordon, illustrated by Charisse Steber. I really love the art in this deck, and the backs really sold me. They are so beautiful. And Gordy found a squeaky toy, which of course I'm filming, so he absolutely must squeak it right now. So I just love this. And I realize it's reversible, but it really looks like a reflection to me. Like this could be a pool of water, and this could be a portal. I haven't used this deck. I did look into it a little bit. For me, this deck didn't really stick to the RWS, and so I kind of looked at these cards and really struggled with the meanings. So I think this is one I'm going to have to kind of read the little white book that comes with it and dig into it, because the premise for this is different. It features the major and minor arcana with cards that feature national parks and outdoor activities from camping to foraging to mountain biking. So for me, this one was not as intuitive, but I loved the artwork and I loved the national parks. So I will get over it. I will get over it, and I will figure out how to work with this deck, or it'll just be something pretty that I keep. Like this 10 of Vessels works for me. 9 of Vessels, kind of. Four of Stones. See, not so much. See, like the Two of Pentacles is about taking on too much. And I'm just not seeing that in this card. But I digress. So this is a very pretty deck. The backs are gorgeous. I love the colors. I love the mushrooms. I love the moon. It's real pretty, y'all. And I like really pretty things. So that is prompt number 6. Which back looks like it could be a portal to another world? Tarot for the Great Outdoors. Okay. Prompt number 7. If you had to gift someone a deck based only on the back, which would it be? And I went with the Cozy Witch Tarot. It has the candle, it has the coffee cup, it has the sword or athame, the pentacle. And these are just, for me, this is more modern. It feels more accessible. And I really think it's cute, including the coffee cup and stuff. This is probably one of the most inclusive decks I've ever seen. It, to me, is just wonderful. You have an older lady here with stretch marks. She's growing out her dyed hair. You have a variety of ages and body shapes shown. You know, this person has a pet rabbit. Again, a variety of ethnicities and body shapes shown. I think if I was going to get someone into tarot and they were someone who was like me, that valued inclusivity and kind of the modern witchy vibe, this is definitely a deck I would gift. One, it sticks pretty close to the RWS meanings. It's really easy for me to read. I rarely have to go to the guidebook in it, and I haven't been reading that long, so that's impressive. And I just really love this deck. I think it is so well done. So this was prompt number 7. If you had to gift someone a deck based only on the back, what would it be? And it would be the Cozy Witch Tarot, pretty much because of the coffee cups, which I think is hysterical. Prompt number 8. Which back design surprised you the most in a good way? And this is the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. I really enjoyed, one, how it was very similar to Light Seers, but 2, how it was very different. It has this succulent looking plant in the middle. It has these roses, which are featured in all of the materials cards. And it is so beautiful. I love this green turquoise teal color with the vibrant pink. I edged mine in a pink that matched. I just think they are so gorgeous. And this deck is quickly becoming one of my favorites. It is upside down. No, it's not upside down. What's going on? This was my favorite card out of this deck. I love an Empress that isn't pregnant. I think having a pregnant Empress is tired and simple and a trope. And there are so many better artistic ways to depict mothering energy. And here you have like mother of the universe energy, which I think is fantastic. So that was my favorite card. The digital collage on these cards are just gorgeous. I love the materials cards. By far some of my favorite Just a beautiful, beautiful deck. I do struggle, like everyone does, I think, with these landscape muse cards, but they are still really beautiful. So this was prompt number 8, which back design surprised you the most in a good way? And it is the Muse. Prompt number 9, and this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. I did stick with tarot only. So I went with prompt number 9, which deck or which one feels the most like you? So I went with the Unbridled Spirit Tarot. And those are the backs. I don't feel like I need to go on about this one. I think the proof is in the pudding here. This is a beautiful deck. I love the artwork. I know a lot of people are complaining about the cardstock and whether or not this is a new Llewellyn staple, I guess. I don't mind the cardstock. For me, I have very small hands, and so I find this deck easier to shuffle. There's not a lot of bulk to it. And I'm not hard on my cards. So we'll see how long it lasts. It is a mass market deck though, so if I do need to replace it, I can. But I mean, ideally, you shouldn't have to replace it because the cardstock is crapola. But this was prompt number 9. Which one feels most like you? And I am not lighting my box on fire. Finally, number 10, which deck back deserves more love and attention? And I'm going with J. Starling Dukehart's The Trash Panda Tarot. Those backs are so cute. The phases of the moon, the little raccoon paws, the flowers, the feathers, these gnarled sticks. Oh, they're so cute. And this deck is so cute. I've shown this on my channel before. I can't get over it. It is the cutest deck. It's very RWS. It's easy for me to read. It does have a little white book. But if you're familiar with RWS, you really shouldn't need it. So super cute. And I feel like this deck doesn't get talked about enough. And for being an indie deck that is for sale on Etsy, I thought it was really reasonably priced. The cardstock is nice for me, but again, we have determined that I have sketchy ideas on cardstock, so take that with a grain of salt. So this has been Show Us Your Backs. I will link the original video to Winds of Reflection in the comments, not in the comments, in the description. And also I did my own deck tag, hashtag deck personalities, and I will link that as well. And I would love it if more people jumped on the deck personalities tag. I only have a handful so far. I did create a playlist on my channel, and every single time someone tags me in their VR, I add it to the playlist for hashtag deck personalities. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I love sharing my tarot collecting journey with all of you. I know I'm in good company, and this community is so welcoming and inclusive. It just feels like a family. So if you're new here, please like and subscribe. If you're not new here but you haven't liked and subscribed, what's wrong with you? And also do that. I obviously post things you like, and I'm funny sometimes. And sometimes I trip over my dog. It is what it is. So anyway, thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.